No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Man, why would you do that?
You know, it's like if you forget your head if it wasn't screwed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to him.
Yeah, and would a dork be able to do that? I don't think so.
Yeah, and yuck.
It's not a great message, guys.
That has to get out. That has to get out. Do whatever you can. That has to get out.
You're insane.
Sorry. Sometimes you just kind of can't help what you are.
Are you out of your mind? There is nothing good left in this world.
Suck it up, buttercup.
I'm really happy you showed your work on that because I wasn't. Thank you. Okay, there's Ralph's entry. Chris, just say words and you'll be closer.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network. You're listening to Gas Digital Best of the Week.
What up, motherfuckers? It's the Real Ass Podcast.
I don't know.
I don't know what the whole process is. I know when I get tooth shit done, I want to get an anesthesiologist, and they talk me out of it. I was getting a tooth cleaning, like a deep cleaning, and I was like, knock me out.
I didn't trust my dentist. I thought he was too fake.
Hot?
Oh, yes. Please. Please, Ken.
It's not hot.
All right, Ken. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You bitch. You fucking bitch.
She just pulls her tits off.
Why? What the fuck happened?
Just the other day, because I had a shitty root canal for years, and there was still infection up there, so it like always kind of ached. Did everybody like that?
She showed you her cum hole.
What the hell, Xia? You're hot. You didn't need to do that.
Oh, I'm gonna do a shoot with it.
This is why. This I know Xia doesn't want to fuck me. It's that right there. She's like, hey, you want to see something hilarious? Zeke, can you do it again? And also, can you get the do-do-doon, doon-doon song ready, please, for the love of God?
Deliverance soundtrack.
Yeah. Hold on. What happened now?
I had a shitty root canal done years ago.
Okay.
It still had infection in it. So I'm getting an implant put in. So basically just the other day, he yanked the tooth out, the whole root. He had to carve out the infection that was still in there. I'm still on antibiotics. And then he screwed a metal post into my fucking tooth so that in 4 months I can attach a permanent.
But for the time being, you got to fucking...
Yeah. For 4 months. I have to take it out to eat.
You have to take it out to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh.
I've just gone full white trash for a little while.
Xia, listen.
Yes.
I love you. You're incredible, but you do not need to do that for anybody.
You're welcome.
I went to the dentist one time and they knocked me out, and when I woke up, I was in chains. And I was like, what the hell is this? And he's like, didn't you ask for a roots canal? I shouldn't have trusted that guy. I thought he was too fake.
Why did we never get him on chip? I don't understand.
I like that one. I thought he was too fake.
I'm essentially trying to do the worst comedy ever.
Hey, natural born killers, Legion of Skanks. Welcome to the
How's your Ozempic going?
I think good. Look at my face.
Are you like weighing yourself and keeping track?
Let me feel your body. You need to weigh yourself, dude.
Why? I feel my body.
I'm feeling
All
your
right,
body.
Lewis, you got to feel Jay's body every week.
Would you say my body's different from last week?
Well, let me see. It is smaller.
Okay.
I think maybe you have lost some weight.
Jay, can we start weighing you every week?
Come on, let's do it.
And I swear to God, can we weigh you? You don't have to know, and they don't have to know, but me and Dave know every week.
And you're gonna wait.
And I swear to you, we won't tell them.
So what's the benefit of it?
We will know.
Because then at a certain
if he's not
point,
losing weight, I'm going to make him stop taking Ozempic.
Because also at a certain point, if Jay loses a ton of weight, then he won't care if everyone knows, and then we could tell him, be like,
Sure.
yo, Jay weighed this, but now he weighs, this. Like, you won't care if you
But he goes, you weigh 360 pounds. I go, just deck him.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you developed, like, a 9-inch dick, you wouldn't care if I was like, he started with a 3-inch
9-inch dick.
You know
That was
what I
Trent
mean?
Reznor's first band.
Didn't take off.
Yeah.
No one ever knew. They had the sound.
I wish I could fuck you like an animal.
I hope the Ozempic's working. Can we bring in a scale every week?
How long is it supposed to take before, like, you start seeing results from it?
Because we're seeing
Right
nothing.
away.
Right away. All right, so yeah, you should track it. Maybe, or even just and don't tell me and Lewis.
But what do you mean right away? Like you take it and you're just like,
yep.
No, it starts moving pretty
Good
quick.
sound effect,
I mean, like,
bro.
it's been.
Joe does a great Jetsons. That thing.
yeah. And would a dork be able to do that? I don't think so. No. I do a good Chewbacca too.
You don't do a good Chewbacca. That's great.
That's not a good Chewbacca.
That's wild.
I believe that. Can I say
Has
something?
no one ever told you don't do a good Chewbacca?
Can I say something? You probably do a good Chewbacca. You're panic rushing it right now, and you're not doing it. Now, if that's the best you got, then you don't do it good. Lewis's is better and his is bad.
No.
Yeah.
Mine's bad, but that was worse. No, that's that's a cat.
It's more in.
Oh my God! Do the Jetsons thing again, so I can respect you.
That's a girl.
Chewbacca.
That's a girl Wookiee.
I do a good Yoda though.
Dude, do Chewbacca in a Jetsons spaceship.
Check out my Yoda. Yoda, you see Yoda. That's pretty good.
Dude, I really love
The Yoda's better than the Chewbacca.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty good.
And by the way, Yoda, very similar to Miss Piggy, same actor, Frank Oz.
Wow.
That is true. Yeah, same actor.
Yoda.
Miss Piggy's very similar to Big J, same body.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, Pig.
Oh, wow. And look at me.
All right, thank you.
Joe.
We're back.
Trust. And what you say is true. Could be dangerous.
Hey, did I send you that video?
No.
There's a guy that got rejected. This nerdy dude came with flowers and almost started crying on the video.
He got stood up.
He got stood up, which was fucked up by the chick. She could have said, "I'm not coming."
20 minutes for a date to show up, and apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers. I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks, trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day, and the time. You know, I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like, I'm just looking for my person. I'm just looking for the one that I guess is out there for me. I mean, I want to be somebody's husband someday, father. I'm trying to do everything that's right, and I just get stood up. Like, my feelings didn't even matter. Sitting there eating a meal by myself and realizing that nobody even cares about people anymore. Like, LA and dating shouldn't even be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody. It shouldn't be this difficult to fall in love, to be kind to one another. Like, what, ladies, tell me, what did I do wrong?
There's a strip joint happening right behind him. He could have just went right in there.
Hey,
you hear the strip music in the background.
He asked, what did he do wrong?
What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong?
First, bringing them goddamn flowers.
Word.
You ain't getting no flowers on the first date, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
flowers are supposed to be a sentimental gesture. Yeah. And I know there's some women, well, what's wrong with flowers? I would love some flowers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but really, you're going to start adding that up.
Yep.
I do believe that the chick perhaps saw him or had one of her friends who worked at the place check him out and she said, girl, he got flowers. For real? Oh, that motherfucker. I think he spooked the girl.
You think so?
He
2
may have
weeks, they
spooked her.
talked for 2 weeks.
But listen to how he talks.
Yeah.
And he up there talking about, I'm just looking for my person.
Someone's about to
look
get
in the
shot up.
goddamn mirror. Your person is in the mirror. Look in the goddamn mirror.
Yeah.
You know, like, man, look, and I know it's people out there like, well, Willie D, you wrong calling that man a hoe. That's you wrong. That man going through such stuff, you know, like, it's people like that. You know, that's how guys become serial killers and murderers. Fuck all that, man. I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. Like, what
advice
being
would you have given
rejected?
to- Let's say Willie
I'm just
D-
saying, hold on.
Okay.
If being rejected is going to cause you to become a serial killer, you have no place. You have no place in this society. We have no use for you. Suck it up, buttercup. Be a man. That should be more of a difference between men and women than our anatomy.
Yeah.
Like, even the women, some of the women who's like, oh, you know, I feel sorry for them, da-da-da-da. Yeah, okay, you do? Oh, would you give them a shot? Hell no, because no woman wants to be led by a flimsy-ass, emotional wrecked dude.
That's true.
All right, and none of them women that's defending that dude would want to be led by that type of dude.
That's true.
He's not a leader. You know, the dude is a whiner. Nobody and think about who want to procreate with that dude. Which woman want to lay up and give her body to that dude and have kids? What the hell is he going to teach his sons and daughters?
Somebody.
Oh yeah, well that's obviously you know because there's somebody for everybody.
Right.
I get that, but I'm just saying
I know what you mean, though.
for the masses who say, "Ooh, poor him," and give the guy a shot, and I would love some flowers. Yeah, but would you love him? Hell no.
No.
So the game is
guess the Urban Dictionary term. I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right, Shannon, how are we doing this? Let's do it.
All right. The first term is wolf bagging.
Ugh.
I mean, it's crazy. Just go as far out there as you can go.
I'm gonna do it. Girl's got a super hairy pussy. Guy stuffs his balls in her pussy.
I like that
Damn.
a lot.
Fuck, that's very good.
But here's my problem with that. It's not very out there.
What?
Nothing that out there.
Putting your balls in a
Putting
pussy.
your ball bag in a girl's pussy?
Putting your ball bag in a girl's pussy is fucking insane.
Here's a product that was. We saw this on STR a while ago.
It makes your ball bag like a.
We don't know how many of them
It's a very. That was a unique thing.
It makes your ball what?
You fuck a girl with your balls.
It squeezes
Can
your
I see
balls into like a projectile instead of having it kind of just
Oh, it just lines them
it
up?
puts like one in front of the other. Yeah.
Oh, like a blowgun. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Wolf bagging. You go next. I have nothing.
No, I need you to go.
Wolf bagging. It's gonna be something. So, fuck. I have nothing. I'm gonna say this. It involves anal sex.
Okay.
There's your ball bag thing.
That is so stupid.
It's really dumb.
For all you know, they sold 0 of these.
Yeah,
they made it with a 3D printer and just went viral.
They wanted to be a sponsor
Ralph
at one
bought
point
4.
to this show, and I didn't end up just buying the company. No, they
Ralph bought 4 because each girl wants her own ball bag projectile cock ring.
True, yeah.
Hold on, Shannon. When you gave me the answers earlier, this was the 5th one. What?
Even if I did give you the answer, it's a long one. You would never remember it.
Yeah,
so it's probably longer than
you are
ball bag.
So you fuck a girl with a very hairy asshole, and when you jizz into her hair of her asshole, it kind of forms like a little bag of cum.
Yep. Okay, good. I'm glad you showed
Bag
your
of
work.
cum.
I'm really happy you showed your work on that because I wasn't. Thank you. Okay,
Wolf
there's
bag.
Ralph's entry. Chris, just say words and you'll be closer.
Yeah. I think
I had nothing.
If you say the word sex, you don't lose.
Sex, A. B, I think when a girl, it's got to be a very hairy woman. I think just arms.
Wolf pussy.
Yeah. And then you fuck them in a body bag.
Okay.
Because they are hairy like a wolf. And you fuck them, and you also howl like a wolf, which I'm going to bring
Howl.
back.
Howl might steal this.
Smart.
Yeah.
Shannon, if you would please.
Wait, opening line.
Well,
I take credit.
I also, by the way, none of us thought this was one word.
Read it, Jay, please.
Yeah, nobody thought. Maybe a hyphenated.
Wolfbacking, to have anal sex with a person who, prior to the deed, has swallowed a piece of raw bacon with a length of string attached to it. One end of the string hangs out of their mouth still of the anal recipient, and as the moment approaches for the anal giver, he yanks the piece of string, causing the other person to vomit up the piece of bacon. During vomiting, the muscles in the anus become tightly clenched, causing an amazing sensation for the anal giver, at which point you put your balls into their hairy pussy.
I think I win that
seems
one.
pretty much.
I think I win that one. At least I said it involves anal sex.
It took a while to get to it, but it does end with the balls and the hairy pussy thing.
Shannon, is it fair to say that I win that one?
I think so.
Yeah, all right.
Is it wolf bagging because of the 3 little pigs? Is that where they... I'm curious about the etymology of some of these.
They're not good.
Yeah.
I think you're looking for science where there is none.
It's not good.
I thought to myself, I either got ripped off or this is my first case. In the gym, I just being vulnerable, piggybacking off of what you're doing.
Piggybacking off of my vulnerability.
I'm piggybacking off of what you're doing. And I
I'm
wanna
also
say,
vulnerable.
Can you say to a Jewish person piggybacking as long as there's not any cheese
Well,
involved in the comment?
We prefer beef or
Piggybacking.
chicken backing, but
Okay.
like it doesn't matter.
Piggybacking off on what you said.
Thank you.
Okay. The gorilla thing. When I'm in the gym sometimes,
Not to brag.
Not to brag. When I'm in the gym,
This is triggering people with no arms. You're
They better
ableist. You're classist.
We could put the.
You're armist.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm an armist.
It's true. Mike, some people have no arms.
I'm double armed.
Do you ever think about that? You're not sensitive.
Arm and hammer. That's what I call my fist. Anyway, I'm in the gym, and between sets, I just say to myself, I'm a gorilla.
No, you don't.
I'm a gorilla.
Is that
I am a
true?
gorilla. I say it out loud. I'm a gorilla. I'm a gorilla. And I was working out.
I appreciate your vulnerability.
I was working out with Katie.
Nice.
And she was getting done with this. I was trying to show her, the machines and stuff. And we were doing a set. I was spotting her, and we never worked out together. So at the end of the set, I go, "You're a gorilla. I'm a gorilla. We're gorillas. We're gorillas, baby."
Girls don't
and
like that.
She said, "I do not want to be a gorilla." I go, "Listen, you kind of have to be a gorilla right now."
Thank you.
She goes, "I do not want to be a gorilla."
That's also fair.
She wants to be like a seal or a squirrel or something cute, a doe. And I'm like, that's not helping us in the workout.
But they're not
We have
strong.
to be gorillas.
Yeah.
You know?
You have to have a thing with strength. I'll say this for Katie, though.
She is very strong.
She seems it inside and outside,
Yeah.
and beautiful girl.
Yeah.
And I will say this, wildlife is very strong.
Wildlife.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would be probably surprised at the bite force of a seal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't think about it that deeply. I was just on this.
Not to bring my lawyer knowledge onto this podcast.
Okay.
Sorry. Sometimes
my
you just kind of
God.
can't help what you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Almost law school.
Almost law school.
I think we just named the episode.
Never a backpack.
Undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Tell us, Brian. Maybe you can tell us, or Harrington, the what was it called? The Olympics, the rigged Olympics, the Special Olympics. What was you calling it?
The enhanced games.
Oh, the enhanced games.
Brian, I think you sent this through yesterday. There is a guy who plans on. He says that there's nothing wrong with athletes, doing as much as concoctions as possible to make them the best athletes possible, and he wants to set up an Olympics-style games called the Enhanced Games, where there will be absolutely no drug testing, and performance-enhancing drugs are encouraged.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this in fighting before. It was called Pride FC. They encouraged steroids. No, but they did, though. It was in the contracts. One got leaked kind of recently, didn't it? Where it was like marijuana, cocaine, stuff like that will be tested. Performance-enhancing drugs, fill your boots.
Nope.
So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, listen, if everyone has... I'm all for the pursuit of excellence, the human body, pushing yourself to the absolute limit. But I guess there is a special niche market. And if those people want to do that, I've got nothing against that. If everyone signs up for it, hey, we're all going to juice to the gills. Mm-hmm. We're all going to die of heart attacks by the time of 52. But we're going to do really good, and we're going to run 100 meters really, really fast. I mean, if they're all on board, fill your boots.
Yeah. If everyone's involved and everybody knows what's happening, I don't see any problem with it. It's not like, I mean, if they're fighting, I think that gets kind of weird when you get a bunch of enhanced athletes fighting. But if they're all enhanced and that's what they want to do, I'll watch it though. I would love to see just some super freak athletes doing some amazing shit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the part of the thing about sports that captures the imagination, though, is when you see somebody that is on steroids and it's just getting out of bed and pushing themselves and making the sacrifices and then achieving unbelievable things, sprinting. Out of all athletics, do you know which one always blows my mind? The high jump.
Me
see
too.
Those people jumping up high as hell and over the top. Did you ever do any athletics at school, Anthony?
Yeah, I played football, a little bit of track.
Yeah. What did you? Running?
Yeah, I was a sprinter. Not a very good.
What
one.
about like shot put, discus, javelin, anything like that? The long jump?
No, not much of a jumper.
I was a bit of a decent long jumper back in the day. I could jump a little bit.
I wonder if like being enhanced would help you like with, I don't know, the pole vault.
Well, I'd say
that
so.
Shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
The pole vault looks fun. When I was a kid, I was like, you know what we need if we're running away from the cops? A pole vault, just over a wall. See you, buddy.
I always
watch
watch
your 10-foot long pole.
I always watch the videos of those things breaking. there's like the compilation videos where they'll put 20 of them together where as soon as it hits the little thing and they start to bend and it just explodes and it's crazy.
No, it is. It is.
Those guys are nuts.
I guess the problem with the enhanced games, if that's what we're calling it, is, I mean, athletes inspire children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If everyone's on steroids, do you know what I mean? Then that's sending not the correct
It's not a great message.
It's not a great message, guys. This is what we're going to do. We're going to break records, but we're going to take loads and loads of drugs that are unhealthy for you.
When I first was like getting into the UFC and stuff, I would ask like the OGs, like the older guys that looked up to him, but hey, what do you know now that you wish you knew when you were my age, right?
Yeah.
Which is a good question to ask, but at the same time, some lessons you just got to learn the hard way. You're never really going to learn that lesson unless you like really learn it. So what's something like that you learned that you could even pass on to some, aspiring hockey player listening to this right now?
I think like the game just happens so fast, like I was saying earlier, especially when you're doing a breakout and the puck gets rimmed around the wall to you. Like I'm a winger, so it comes to me, it's coming this way. Either I got to get it in my feet, put it to my stick, while there's a guy coming here and the D coming down on me. So I have either I got to go back with it or I got to go through them to the centerman coming through. And, my dad, I was 9 years old and he was preaching and harping on me, that puck has to get out. That has to get out. That has to get out. Do whatever you can. That has to get out. And I think that was the biggest thing. Like I see, I'm kind of moving into this mentor role now as I get older. I'm going into my 12th year pro and, whether I'm especially if I'm in the American League, in the minors, it's such a young league and these kids come out of juniors and they're flipping the pucks over to each other and not as hard as they need to be.
That's just for you assholes. I'm gonna be able to stick handle through these pylons, man. Yeah.
It's crazy. So it's like the thing that I've learned from a young age is knowing what you're gonna do before you do it. Like you have to, or else you're gonna get blown up.
Well, that's what makes you a pro, right?
You look. Like you're always. I don't know if you've noticed on the Fridays we're running routes on with Tony and he's throwing the football to us and I look at all the hockey guys. Some football guys are in there and they're just looking straight back at the ball. And it blows my mind. Like you're on the field and that thing's coming fast and you're not looking too much of what's coming. You're committed to your route, you're getting the ball, and then you're going, and then you go. But for us, like we're all looking ahead of us.
No. For those guys, it's better not to
head
know.
on a swivel all the time and know what you're doing. So I think that's the biggest thing to become a professional, because even knowing what you're going to do before you do it, that has nothing to do with your speed or your size. You're doing things before you get hit.
Shout out to Tony, by the way. He's a great dude.
He is a great dude.
Tony.
Yeah.
Has there been a time in your life that you should have apologized but didn't?
Yeah, man. We were talking about being kids. I remember tripping a girl on purpose in school just to see if it worked. Just to see if the foot trick worked. Ooh. And I mean, she ate it. I mean, slid down.
I knew where this was going. And she probably wasn't that. She wasn't a bad kid.
No, she was
didn't
just minding
deserve
her
it at all.
business. Minding her business, just having a day.
Did she get hurt bad?
No, she cried, but nothing broke. But
oh my God, I know exactly that feeling.
And everybody looked back. I was like, man, I think she tripped.
Yeah,
you just like, let it go.
No, I'm not talking about.
I didn't expect it to work.
Yeah,
I didn't expect someone to eat it.
Like that kid when you kick their foot.
Yes.
You don't want that.
Yes. I never forget that.
Come back.
Well, yeah, I remember kids would just be leaning up against the wall and you would just kick their feet from under them, not even thinking nothing was going to happen. They'd be like, oh my God, you fell all the way down and you're crying? Yeah, I hit my coccyx bone.
Oh, you must be an only child. Yeah, you ain't got nobody fucking with you at the house. If you fell for this.
Yeah, man. The shit that, like, I was the only child. I fell for a lot of shit up until like 6th grade.
Okay.
Up until like 12, I was falling for
Do you remember
everything.
what's?
There was some shit that we used to do, like, I can't even say falling for, because these aren't even tricks.
Okay.
It would just be like, all right, we're standing here waiting for the bus to go to school, right? All right, here comes the bus. Everybody get ready. And then somebody just walk up and just like knee you in the thigh muscle.
Yeah.
Now you're like, and the bus is like, you're trying to get on, but you can barely walk. And you're like, what the fuck, man? Why would you do that? Right? Like, and you about to miss the bus. Like that kind of shit. Ball tapping, I didn't fall for that too much. Like,
Chin check, ball check. The chin check, this one, chin check, or hit him under the joint.
or the ball tap was pretty brutal in Jersey.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did that a lot.
Everybody
It was bad.
in my high school, we would stand around in the morning like this. Because you never knew if somebody was going to walk up.
But people could just, it wasn't a flinch thing?
What? To see if you would flinch?
No, because we would do it, but you'd have to flinch.
Yeah.
You'd have to, and somebody would flinch, and then you would get a free one.
Oh, okay.
So you're saying people
That's
would
the
just,
cost.
you're saying
Oh,
people
yeah.
would just
No.
randomly come up to you.
Chin check,
and,
bow. Like, you'd be like, oh, shit.
And would just fold you.
Oh, no.
Fold you. Like, you see, not grown men, but these are teenage boys. So this is like middle school up until like high school. So boys start to put on some weight.
Yeah.
Get some inches to them. Everybody's getting close to that 6 foot mark. And I mean,
So
some
I've
people,
heard.
it just...
So I've heard.
So I've heard. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Rojo.
Yeah,
no
trying-
need for apology. I know
All
you're
the-
not as tall as us.
the Bajo people.
So I thought this nigga tricked me again. I thought I was late.
Why?
Because I go at
I
7.
told him the show starts at 7.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he showed up at 7:54.
Which is before 8. I'll have the record
It-
show.
yes, but like you're still late for the initial
Well,
fucking
listen,
meeting.
I thought I was going to be on time coming in at 7:30, even though the show started at 7. I was like,
Jesus
you know
Christ.
what?
Why
See,
would you think that?
Because CPT, he always like, you always late, bruh. And I'm like, yeah,
It's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
impression.
But not
It's a
that.
great
That
impression.
does sound a lot like me.
Do some more,
particularly
Chris
when I'm
impressions.
angry.
Yo, fucking bro, are you coming? It's not polite to cancel 5 minutes
All right,
before.
look, it is a good. It's a good impression. All right, it is. It's pretty good.
Okay. All right. I channel,
I get it, man.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get that deep. But anyway, I had brought gifts because I thought I was really late. Because I got over the bridge. I told him the time. And as soon as I told him the time, got over the bridge, realized that I forgot my fucking face.
Yeah, he left the mask at home.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a mask?
He left.
No, my face.
You know how they literally say
I
of your
literally
head,
put my face
it's
off.
like you'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to him
I did. It's not screwed on.
today.
Nah.
Careful, careful.
Not. But anyway, we here now.
We're here now.
I got the gifts if you guys want any.
Should we
Yeah,
open it?
Open it up. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. It's
Open
not
it.
sewing needles apparently.
I mean,
In this,
I
tin
have
of
4
butter
of
cookies.
these, so it's difficult to know which one I brought.
cookies are
Oh,
so
this
good.
one has weed in it and childhood toys. I was gonna let you guys pick one each.
You know we're not your children.
Yeah, but it works on the 7-year-old that I keep missing their birthday
Also,
party.
none of them have the accessories. If you notice,
What?
Archangel doesn't have.
No,
the
weed
missiles.
is the accessory.
And then the Carnage figure I had as a child. And
Did it
it
have
had like
giant
a,
hands or
Yeah, it had
something?
like an axe that.
Yeah, but you
And
got to
you
be
know what?
creative. You
I'm
can
gonna-
paper mache that.
I'm gonna fucking make a point here. This Spider-Man.
I don't-
Spider-Man's hot right now.
I
It's one that just has suction cups on it. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't like a really. This
Yeah,
is
no,
like
that's
sick.
that's a car Garfield of Spider-Man.
Bro,
That's right.
that shit is hard.
Which one would you pick if we were giving these to you?
Spider-Man.
Nah, man. I'm taking.
Arc?
Nah, Carnage, dog.
That is the closest to a orc lumberjack.
What the fuck?
What? I was just saying.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean you would have to use red mana to cast that.
It's
Chris,
true.
do you want Spider-Man or Archangel?
I'm gonna take the Archangel.
All right, you get Spider-Man.
Finally.
It all-
Reverse
it all
psychology
worked- it all
for the
worked
win.
out.
Tricked y'all niggas. That's
wings
the
are
one
on
I
the
wanted
chain.
y'all to pick.
What year are these fucking action figures from?
That's later than this. This
Yeah,
is the
everything
first. This
happens
is I
in
think the first
93 or
run of X-Men
94
figures.
for me.
I had both of these as a child.
That's worth almost as much as a fucking Black Lotus.
I'm gonna put this on a chain.
You
with
better.
this fucking Jake Paul, Nate Diaz.
Zach Amico's Midnight Spook Show.
Yeah.
Frank, have I told the story on the show why I didn't believe in Jamaican beef patties?
You didn't believe in them?
I didn't think they were real. Okay. When I was a kid, I don't think you could ever do this now. When I was in 2nd grade, they did a cookbook of every kid in class, and we all had to do a paper on our nationality.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we had like a potluck where everybody had to bring in one food item from their family's culture.
Yeah, I think I remember doing something similar to this in school at some point.
So like I brought in like German chocolate cake because my
Sure.
grandma's German, right?
Yeah.
and there was a girl named Crystal who was Jamaican, and she brought in a recipe for Jamaican beef patties. And they put a cookbook and they gave it to all the kids.
Yeah.
But then they had to put out like a paper, like they sent a notice home. Do not make the Jamaican beef patties, because she just made up a recipe on her way to school.
Oh, so because she just was not
She was
doing
just
the
like
assignment. Yeah,
she just like wrote down a bunch of fake steps, not realizing that people would be like, you gotta like cook the meat.
Yeah, right.
Or people are gonna get very ill. Right. So she just handed this to like put the beef in the patty and then like give it to people.
Yeah,
And she just like gave like a raw the recipe for like raw beef.
What she probably just went to her mom was like, "How do you make it?" She's like, "Just fucking put the beef in the patty." What? Get over there.
So they had to send like a notice home, like, do not make the beef patty from Crystal Roberts. You get very sick. So for my entire life, up until like the last few years, because my wife gets beef patties when we order pizza, I always was like, oh, Jamaican beef patties aren't real. Don't make those. They'll
They're
make you
a fraud.
sick. Yeah, Crystal Roberts is trying to make us all sick.
That's fucking great. No further research required. Principal said it when I was 8. It's fucking true forever.
They sent a notice home.
Yeah, of course.
Don't eat the Jamaican beef patties. They'll make you sick.
Not, hey, it's not the right recipe. Here's how you actually make it. It's
Yeah, they should have sent home a real Jamaican beef patty recipe.
But back then, you couldn't just find one. You couldn't
No.
Google a fucking Jamaican
That's
beef
very
recipe. You had
true.
to know a Jamaican person.
Yeah, and yuck.
As part of the show, we talk about scary things, weird, creepy, unexplainable, possibly paranormal experiences. It could be anything from like a dream that like kind of came true, sleep paralysis, all the way to like hearing something, just something that in the moment freaked you out and you couldn't explain it.
My mom is like very into, like she loves it. She
Is your mom the Italian? of
Yeah,
Puerto
she's
Rican?
Italian.
So
and
she's like with the saints and stuff. She's
not
very...
with Saint. No, but she's just like, oh, like I remember like her best friend died when I was younger, and she'd be like, oh, Janice came to me last night, and just like in casual conversation, and
what
I was
a name, Janice.
Janice.
That is like every Italian woman's best friend. Janice. I love
Janice
it.
was actually like an Afro-Latina woman too.
Oh, damn.
Which is crazy, yeah. But she would just say it casually, and I was like, when Janice died, I was like 6, and my mom would just casually say it in the house, and I'd be like, that's insane.
But can she like choose it and just be like, oh, I want to like reach out to this person that really recently passed away?
No, I don't think so. Or she probably could, but she hasn't tapped into it like that. But she is currently upset at my grandmother who has passed because my grandmother has not visited her. She's like, you know what? I'm real mad at her.
How long ago did she pass?
In 2021. And she's like, she hasn't visited me. And I'm like, you're insane. Yeah. And then like, I'll be like, oh, I had a dream. I'm like, oh, tell her to come here. I'm like, I don't want any.
I'm
I don't
not
want
playing
it.
messenger.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like,
Yeah, it's super creepy. Also, a quick story. My grandma passed away. It was the same day my dog passed away. And my dog passed away first. And my mom got a call from a girl she used to work with that was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I had a dream about your mom. I think, like, she's going to go. And my mom was like, yeah, she's in the hospice. And then she said, like, someone has to go before her. And then my dog passed away.
Shit.
And then my grandma, we went to see her in hospice. Right after my dog passed away, my grandma was unconscious and laying and petting something.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, but I love that though.
I loved it too. And my dad, who like
And you gonna
tries
stick
to
around
be,
for this?
my dad tries to be against it, and he
Dude,
couldn't. He was
I need to
like,
know more.
he tries to always be like, no, these are all like little, you know. He tries to pretend like that's nothing's happening, but that was like something he couldn't. He's like, oh, she's petting a dog that's not here.
I
A
mean,
couple,
I
a
hope
couple
that's
more
real.
years, I'm gonna get closer and be like, "Can you guys get Kobe for me, please?" So much.
I got a letter for Janice, but she's got to reach out to my boy number 24.
When Lynn Koplitz was on the show, she shared something that I hadn't heard before, but I love the idea of it. And she said she felt like any dog that had passed away before, like their spirit's job was to like bring in the next like dead person's spirit into the like afterlife. I just love that idea. Like I've
That's
never
a
heard
great
that.
idea.
love that,
Are
yeah.
there enough dogs though?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
There's probably like more dogs.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of dogs.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm sure they can also do second mission. They can come back.
Yeah,
again.
they can come back.
Second or third mission.
Jesus, like God, they got to deploy you down there one more time, soldier.
That's why cats have 9 lives. This is just
Yeah, yeah,
big
they
Yeah,
keep
just
going
go back and
back
forth, back and forth. Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a fucking shift today.
Really, Janice.
The
My
cats
God. Should have seen her bush. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All the cats are in a union, dude.
I can't go. I got my 50-minute break. Yeah.
I'm on Hinge with this girl named. I hope she fucking. I want to take her out, but she wants to keep chit chatting on the text message. I just want to go to a double barrel salon with her. You know what I mean? We could go.
And then I want to get at those double barrels.
My credit card's maxed out. I hope she pays.
What do you mean you don't fucking split over here? What kind of place is fucking Europeans? The Europeans are fucking up everything. You can't split.
Sorry, him.
I forgot it was a cat.
Sorry.
I don't know who
Yeah,
was the cat in that
I don't
situation.
know. Heaven's Angels.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
This is gonna be a new movie with fucking Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart.
This week's enemy of the state is, I guess, people like, if you're, who it is? It's people who aren't excited about the aliens.
Enemy of the state.
I'm always disappointed by what other people get excited about, right? Like, I've read more stories about this fucking Japanese guy who, quote, turned himself into a dog, which is misleading, okay? I thought he actually got, transitioned into another species, right? I thought a doctor... The way that the headlines were, I thought a doctor actually turned this man into a dog. And I was like, holy shit, that's a crazy ethical conversation to have. But, and this was everywhere, and there was video footage of this Japanese man walking around. That's not the fucking story at all. He just had a really expensive dog costume created for him by a designer, and now he's walking around a park on his hands and knees. This is a furry. This is a glamorized furry. We've known about this guy for years. He probably gets fucked in his house. Like, this is such an uninteresting story with such a misleading headline, because I was so excited to talk about it conceptually. If there was a doctor, number one, who was willing to do this, if we now had to actively accept people who said that they believe themselves to be dogs, because this is not the first time I heard it. I have a friend who worked with someone who literally identified as a dog, okay? And he drank water out of a bowl at his place of work, I believe. Sorry if I'm misquoting the story, but like that, and that's a story that has circled through our friend group. So I just think that is such an interesting, not even making fun of that, I just think that's a very interesting conversation to have, especially on a show like this. But this is just a guy with a fucking nice Halloween costume. This is not, he didn't get turned, did I get turned into slutty Stalin? I mean, no. Was I actually Miley Cyrus in October? No, I was not. This is not an interesting story. This guy just has his expensive collie costume, and for all the nonsense that celebrities get for when they're, taking a vacation or something, like, oh, you should have given every cent of that to a poor child or whatever, it is. This guy's walking around in a $14,000 border collie lassie costume, and everyone's like, oh, this is such an interesting story. And also, can you imagine? First of all, I always ask people before I pet their dogs, because I just think that's the thing to do, but because you never know what a dog's personality is like, and I hate when people just pet my dog without asking. But can you imagine if you go to pet a dog and then it turns out it's just a fucking man on his hands and knees? It's like, oh, once again, men strike and ruin everything that women love. Oh, you had to take dogs from us too? So now when I'm petting a dog in the park, I might be petting a man on his hands and knees? Are you out of your fucking mind? There is nothing good left in this world. What, you took dogs from us? When you take ice cream? When you put cum in ice cream? I fucking hate you, guy. I hate that guy. That guy's actually my enemy of the state. Fuck that guy. Okay, moving on.